Let me know. Hey everybody, Coach Nat Harris. Welcome to Courtside. Down here on the Forest Playground, annual reunion that we always have. Got a special guest, my mentor, the mayor of the Bronx, Myles Dorch. If you hear that music in the background, that's why we're here. Welcome, Myles. It is so glad seeing you, man.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
And let me start off with this question. When Forster and Greg Jenkins, Bush Davis, and myself, when we all played ball in the park, we had you as our mentor. I can remember so well you coming up in the park, cracking us, telling us that our defense wasn't good enough, and you would turn and walk away. And we knew you were right, but we would always try to challenge you, and we would hope that you would never accept the challenge. My question to you is, who were your mentors when given the area right around Morris High School? I always wanted to know, like, who were the guys that kind of like got you going? Yeah. Who were your mentors?
Well, Floyd Lane, Teddy Jones. Look at when Ted Jones had his team. See, we were fortunate. When I used Floyd at 15, 16 years old, we were allowed to come into the gym to play against most of the black professional athletes who could not play.
Okay.
When you stop and think, Floyd had Wilt Chamberlain, most of the black athletes on the East Coast. So when he was at 120, he would let me, a few guys come in.
I remember those days going to 120.
And the thing in a nutshell is, the fact is, it's not about whether you could play or not. If you came in there and you couldn't play, they'd bust your butt and you get the hell out.
Get the hell out. You never came back.
So as a result, those are the guys that taught us how to play. We had Bobby Red, Lefty John, James Weber. Bob Williams was a year ahead of me. But back then, Wilt Chamberlain, those guys came up.
Wow.
Because here's what you got to look back, understand. When the season was over, for most NBA players, they didn't have any place to play.
Yes.
Floyd always had a gym, so they always knew where to come.
Right. 120.
So the next thing you know, guys were asking me even the last 10 years ago, why is Floyd still doing what he's doing?
Yes.
You guys don't understand. Floyd is not a basketball coach. He's a teacher.
Exactly.
He's the one that taught us.
Exactly.
And as a result of that, we were able to move on. Until Hilton White came to the Bronx.
Hilton White, we're doing a story on him too.
Until Hilton White came along, Floyd was our mentor.
Right.
And he was working at 120 when he saw us playing in the gym.
Okay.
So he put
That's
together.
what I always wanted to know. Okay.
He put together guys like me. There's a guy over there, John Kelly. We used to play every night.
Okay.
And Hilton would sit in the stands and say, you, and you. He put together a team, and he would go out and bring guys in. He had guys who were all-stars. I don't know if you remember at Clinton, they had Charlie, he played with Ralph Dunbar and those guys.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But those guys came down, but they didn't fit into what we were doing.
Yeah.
Hilton put together a precise machine.
Yes.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
We all liked each other. We all understood.
Yeah.
He went across town and got John Curtis.
Yeah.
And it turned out that talented was not the issue. The issue is, can you learn how to play basketball?
And how did all that energy and all that good spirit, how did you go from the neighborhood to St. Anselm's?
What happened was, I went to Cardinal Hayes High School.
Right.
So as a result, I was fortunate enough to be in the arena that somebody saw me. Now Floyd and the guys looked out for me because Floyd had written letters to various schools. Hilton was taking us down south.
Right.
But I happened to have one of the greatest games I ever played at Fordham University. And you know how Fordham was back then.
Yeah.
That was the mecca of Catholic high school basketball.
Yes.
So all of a sudden the coaches said, where did that kid come from?
Uh-huh.
And the next thing you know, I was playing in the garden. The guy came up, took me to New Hampshire. Me, Tony Greer, he took 4 guys from New York City.
Wow. Well, I told you the story that when I first got involved with Pace years ago, it's a different coach than now, but I happened to walk up to him during warm-ups and I said, Coach, I said, do you know Myles Dorch? He kind of like turned to me and said, you know Myles? I said, do I know Myles? And he said, well, I wasn't here when he played, but trust me, myself and everybody and all these dudes that I warm up, you mentioned his name, all the dudes on the team know. And I turned to my guys and I was going, see, this is where I try to get you guys to be at. This is what you don't understand about New York basketball and just basketball, like you said. It's not so much even about being coaching, it's about the teaching, about instructing and what have you. So tell us now, Myles, what are you doing right now? I love to see you got your granddaughter too. She's up there looking, balling. Your son. I mean, you got a lot of. You've always been a family man. God bless you for that. And what's on the horizon for you for the future? Any plans, or are you just chilling?
What I do now, my granddaughter is playing.
Right.
So I'm out with my son. I'm like one of the biggest fans.
I bet you are.
But
man.
I'm almost her biggest critic too.
Yeah.
I tell her.
Yeah, girls ball needed.
I tell her all the time. I said, you was playing for me.
Yeah.
You know, you catch a whole lot of help because you missed that rebound.
Yeah.
You could have had it.
Yeah, you could have had it. Exactly.
Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
And
she'll appreciate that later on.
That's what I told her. I said,
what grade is she in now?
She's going to Spelman High School.
Okay, right. I knew she was going up there. Okay, see you Tuesday, man.
So as a result, my son got her playing all over the country. She just came from D.C. last weekend. They're out in Brooklyn today. But I go with her everywhere and I tell her, at this stage of your life, you need to learn how to play and you got to be aggressive. She has talent, but talent only gets you to so far.
Yeah. Well, you know the deal with that.
So as a result, I'm hoping that when she gets to high school next year, teaching is more important. And as long as they're not being taught properly, I see too many teams are guard oriented.
But that was my last question for you, Coach. You've been around so many decades now of ball in New York and seeing it change and what have you. What are you seeing right now that hit you, whether it's on the right side or the left side? When you watch a game of basketball right now, what do you see that just hits you in your head?
At every level, there is no teaching. I watched the WNBA game yesterday, and I love to see the women play.
Right, me too.
And as a result now, I watch them run up and down the floor. Now they're starting to play like the men. They start to put it up. They lost. They lost the concept of teams. So you have a couple of stars, then everybody's going for self. And I look at the coaches and say, wait a minute, you got these young ladies who got good skills. And then you get some of them that are coming in from the college level now who think they can play. I see the couple of girls left Dawn Staley's team.
Right.
They're not ready.
Right.
But because they had a good season, they think they're ready for the WNBA.
They're not smelling themselves.
Yeah. Hey, Kitchen.
Hey, kid. What's up, baby?
So as a result, the coaches are not teaching them how to play. They're letting the guards run up and down the floor, and hopefully they will learn from the veterans. But the same teams, you know, if you take a look at some of the games, you look at how far that girl Brianna Stewart is.
Yeah.
And I remember when she first came in, my man Larry Griffin told me about her, because she was from upstate. His granddaughter played with her. And again, they need to teach. And it's happening out here now too. The guy that's playing, that's coaching my granddaughter, I see him sometimes. They run drills. When we ran a drill, there was an outcome. When you ran a 3-on-2 drill.
Right. You saw the end result of it.
So now
they just do it.
Now they do it as if they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's why they can't translate it in the game when they're playing, and all of a sudden you get a 3-on-2 situation.
Yeah.
You know, wait a second. There's no muscle memory because there was no memory of anything being done.
Because they didn't know what they was doing at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
So nothing is being taught.
Well, you mentioned in closing, you mentioned Larry Griffin. And I must say, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Larry lived in the building next to St. Augustine.
No, he lived on the 68th Street.
Okay, maybe I got the wrong Larry Griffin because
No, you got the right one because that's the one he played with Clinton.
played for Clinton. Yes, and I can remember when I was a freshman, Larry was already at Clinton, and Hanky Jacobson used to always bring me around and say, okay, I got a young guy, he's a lefty, and he's only a freshman. I would have to always say hello to the coaches and blah, blah, blah. And one time we were in the locker room, and Willie and Larry and those guys were tying their shoelaces, and Hank, he would come up with this Spink cigar. He always wanted to start problems. And he turned to Larry and said, I got this young guy here, Nat. He's going to be better than you. He's going to have a better left hand. And Larry looked at him and said, man, get the hell on out of here. And the locker, and I was young, I was scared of Larry, man. I said, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to, because Willie always told me, man, Nat, you know, we want you to play. You got to behave yourself, you got to be cool. You got 4 years up inside here. And, you know, but Larry, I would see Larry play. He would put the ball between his legs, behind his back. Guys weren't doing that yet. And even in the playground at Clinton during lunchtime, he would do stuff and everybody would just be like marvelous.
When we sit down and watch games now, and I watch guys come down and they get to the basket and they put it out there and do that and come back, Larry says, "Guy stole my move."
Exactly. Larry was doing that a long, long time. In closing, Myles, I just, like I said, when I get together with Jenkins and Foster, a lot of time I think Foster's down in Florida now.
Yeah, so brother said he's coming up today.
Yeah, but we always talk about you, and we always said that, you know, I was obviously being young, we didn't know it at the time, but luckily we had guys like you. I think you and there was another guy named Tony. Tony wasn't there. Tony was a light-skinned guy with the curly kind of hair a little bit. He didn't play ball, but I think he was always up there watching us and making sure that we kind of behaved. But you, I just want to thank you.
So, let me tell you something to you,
man.
There's nothing I didn't pass on that I didn't get.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get.
That's where it came from.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Because I sat there on Sunday mornings, remember them old guys?
Yes, sir.
I used to go up there. I was on my way to church, and then I saw them play. I'd take my sneakers out of the house and go up there and play instead of going to church. Yeah. And they used to kick my butt.
Yes.
So when it turned out later on, I didn't realize a couple of them were my relatives. They never said a word to me. But
I love it.
I found out later on that if I got in trouble, they would have kicked my butt.
Exactly. Okay.
So when I finally got into school, they said, you owe us half your scholarship because we taught you how to take a whooping.
Yeah, I love it.
So if you didn't come up here to play with us, you wouldn't be going to school.
I love it.
And believe me, I took some whipping. You know?
Oh, well, that's it. Again, the mayor of the Bronx, Myles Dorch, my mentor of hundreds of kids that comes in this park. I know he's a busy man. Last year, I think I saw you. I think you had a handful of jerseys.
Yeah.
You had to help give out. Tune in next time, courtside, and you know whenever you go into the gym floor, the best spot on the floor is right there courtside. Until next time.